Welcome to Elite Rounders gossip or news section. Today we talk about a little bit about the grudge match between Polk against Negreanu. What I've seen so far, I've kind of skimmed through the whole battle between the players, and I do feel like there's few things Negreanu just underestimated in this challenge. I do have some experience with the Headsup game. I used to play Headsup against players, and so I think I have some perspective on this, which is nice. I think what first thing comes to my mind is like Negreanu is not used to play Headsup. It's first of all, that will take some adjustment just to play Headsup. Like if you go from Headsup to like 6 max or full ring game, that will make a big difference already. Because like if you're trying to bluff catch people or you try to bluff them, it's pretty damn hard because people actually have a hand when it happens. Like everybody always have a hand. Heads up, it's not the case. So I think like he's not used to play heads up really. So that's gonna make a big difference. I think also like when I look at his game, how he's playing everything, I think he might be even a little bit confused with 2 heads up tables at the same time. To be honest, like I think he should have chosen just 1 table at the same time. I know it would have taken forever, but I think it would have worked way better for him. Although he says he's not patient a person, he's kind of like ADHD or something like that. But when I think about like playing 2 heads-up tables against one of the best heads-up players, or at least used to be one of the best heads-up players in the world, it doesn't sound like a good idea. At least reduce how many tables you're playing at the same time as much as possible. Like first of all, I think he should have played max 1 table and just focus on that 100%. Now he needs to make double the decisions in very fast time, which he's not used to. Again, live he probably spends like, I don't know, 3 times more every hand thinking about hands, so he has time, So overwhelmed with the speed of the game, so a little bit same thing. But this is definitely gonna make a difference. And this is also another thing. It's like if you play tournaments, usually you're not facing that good villains. Of course, he plays these super high rollers and everything, but he's not playing heads up against one of the best players in the world. Okay, I'm not sure about what is Polk's level exactly today in the heads up world. Is he still top player? Tough to say. I don't know if he will be the best, but he's still very good. But one thing when it comes down to like when you play heads up against somebody who's really good, it's so frustrating. Like even if you're good and you face somebody who's really, really good, they will just crush you, and the feeling what you get from the game is just frustration. And you can see that already from Negreanu, from his videos. For example, he's tilting like badly. But he was tilting playing tournaments, $500 tournaments. So this is nothing new. I think tilting is going to cost him a lot of money during these 12,000 hands, first of all, because he's already tilting and he's down 200k. I think it's going to be much worse. And when you face somebody really good heads up, it's just frustrating. Like that's the most of the time the feeling. You could say also he's probably overwhelmed. He just doesn't know what to do. Like Polk can put him in such a situation he has no idea what to do, and that's gonna be like name of the game basically. And then of course we talk about the mental leaks, but like it's actually really funny because like usually when you saw Negreanu playing on TV, he was kind of this calm. He never really went crazy. I guess WSOP main event he final table bubbled. Okay, then he fell down or something, but he never like freaked out or cursed or something. At least I don't remember, to be honest. But like you could see on Twitch, he's just going mental with these like I really hate computers, yada yada, and he's just tilting his ass off because like there's nobody, he's not in public place, so he can behave whatever, and you can really see that there's something like this is definitely like some mental leaks. It's not normal. Okay, it's normal like after day of brutal beats to just tilt, like, you know, sometimes like punch table, punch or knock the table, but like the guy is just cursing and almost breaking his computer. Like, this is definitely something he needs to deal with. If you're playing against the best player in the world, one of the top Headsup players, I'm not gonna, I don't want to use the best word, but he, of course, Doug Polk used to be the best player in the world, like Headsup, and today even probably really good. But these are the things he needs to fix. Like, to be honest, I think he needs to get some coaching for mental coaching to face Doug Polk here. He's not on the mental level of Doug Polk when it comes to Headsup game. So that's gonna be big failure in this challenge. Yeah, Headsup is, I think it's the most demanding game mentally, to be honest, because like there's so big ego in a Headsup game because it's like personal. Even in tournaments, I see it sometimes. You're playing full ring, there's some ego going, but this is like 2 players going at it at 9 max table. It's still not that intense, but when you're playing 1 against 1, it really becomes like a mental battle between the two, and the everything, and the egos are really, it's like, I'm better than you, I can mess you up, you know, like it's really interesting. But there's big egos happening, and it's very interesting part of the Headsup game. And sometimes you can even feel like you're getting bullied, or like whatever, somebody's running you over, they just own your soul, or it's I think it's the toughest poker game there is, like mentally, to play Headsup poker. Especially, I mean, versus great opponent. If you're playing against somebody who's like obviously not on your level, it's actually not that stressful, other than it's just being frustrating if you don't stack the guy, right? But if you're playing against very good opponent, it's so tough. I think not enough time to study. I think Negreanu also underestimate how much he needs to study Headsup game to be on Polk's level, or even to challenge him on some level. Again, Polk has played years and years. Sure, he had some sabbatical, didn't play for a couple of years, or who knows, maybe he did play, right? Who the hell knows? But yeah, I don't think he just didn't have enough time. Give yourself at least 6 months, work with the best Headsup guys. Yes, I think he could make game out of this. Like, but now I don't see it. He's just not there. Like, mentally, he should have prepared like so much more everything. And this is definitely one thing. Too much watching Rocky movies and thinking any underdog can win. Even Rocky had to work out hard to rise on top or stay on top. So it's like, I knew he was going to take this challenge because like he loves these Rocky movies, and if you watch his vlogs, even the dog is named Rocky, I think. I think so. Even his dog is named Rocky. But he just loves to be the underdog, and it's probably gonna cost him 1 million. But like, I mean, you want to give yourself a chance. Like, Rocky definitely gave himself a chance. I don't think Negreanu is doing it here. Although you could say he's kind of getting the beating. Rocky was getting the beating in the first movie because he wasn't blocking any hits. He was just getting smashed to face, and somehow he won the battle. So maybe Negreanu will make some miracle comeback, but I don't see it happening. I think the obstacle is just too big. Yeah, you could say this is like Rocky whatever 4-5 when he faces the Russian. Yeah, but that's not the case. Like, I think like Polk is just way too good opponent at this point of his learning curve. It takes years to master this game, and yeah, I think he just underestimates like totally what experience can, how much experience can help you in certain game. Like when it comes to like mental level, like the mental strength you have in the game, the skills, experience, like the momentum, like. There's so many things when it comes to like Headsup game, which makes a big difference. So I think he underestimated like how big of an advantage Polk really had here. But yeah, it's interesting how it's going. But like, yeah, I don't see comeback coming, and especially like the way he's been playing. It's I'm not sure who his coaches are, but like not too happy with his game, to be honest. But yeah, that's discussion for another time. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm still rooting for Negreanu to make some crazy comeback, but I just can't see it happening. I hope he beats Doug Polk. But yeah, I just don't see it happening. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense to me. Polk is just too tough, too good. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video.